to The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Every week, another step along the path toward a more peaceful, happy life. A life where you grow into the best possible version of yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Now, let's get started down the path for today. And welcome. This is indeed The Practical Path, a podcast for personal and spiritual growth. Today is step number 68 along the path. This week on The Practical Path, exploring the practical, powerful, spiritual muscle of gratitude. More than just saying thank you, it's a complete mindset shift. Say that fast 3 times. Mindset shift that rewires your brain from lack to abundance. I'm trying to read a little script here. Can you tell, Vicki Wagner?
Yes, I can.
I know I probably should have read it in advance, but I thought, what the hell? I'll wing it.
Just wing it.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
It's a little crazy. It's a little crazy around here this weekend. We're recording this 2 days before Thanksgiving,
Yes.
2025. And I don't have. There's no turkey in this house, so I don't know what's going to happen here. I have to talk to my lady friend about what we're eating and how and when, because we have all kinds of plans and we're moving stuff around and shuffling. Lives are changing this weekend.
And I feel it's a good change.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do too. It's a little it's a little terrifying, but it's a good terrifying. It's like riding the roller coaster, you know? You want to be scared in a good way.
Okay, so let's get a little deeper in that so our audience knows what we're talking about.
I'm having I've been in a relationship with a wonderful lady named Mary, and she and I are combining households this weekend. How's that? That's a good way to say it, isn't it?
Yes, and I think it's wonderful. She's a wonderful lady, and I've known you for years, and I know you're a wonderful guy, and intuitively, I just feel it's a great match.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And of course, you and your husband met Miss Mary and her doggy the last time we were up there, because we were doing a little cabin sitting for you while you were on vacation. So everybody knows everybody, and we're all good. So there you go.
Oh. It's a wonderful new beginning.
I think so.
Yes, I feel
that's my what is that country song? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yes.
But yeah, I think.
And Mary will make sure that you stick to it.
Yes, she will. That's okay, and I'm good with that because I honestly I do feel like I could benefit from a little more structure and discipline in my life. Not that I'm a wild and crazy guy by any stretch, but I'm just saying in everyday habits, everyday life, that I think that would be helpful for me. So I think it'll be helpful. That's all I'm saying. So we'll find out. And
plus, you two are a lot of fun together. You share a lot together. And you're laughing all the time. And
yes, and yes. All true. So anyway. That's what's happening in my life. Anything up with you?
Well, I'm still with Rick.
Well, we knew that. Yes, your husband had his what birthday this week? Do we want to share a number?
Yeah, he is 40. What is he? Oh my gosh, I forgot. What is he? 43.
43. Yeah, right. Good luck. 43. Robbing the cradle, Vicki Wagner?
No, he's 74.
74. So I know you don't want to give the number because that means you're not too far behind.
I am not too far behind. I am 72.
I know. So, and we're all doing that. It's, it's just amazing that we're all still here. That's all.
Hey, every morning I wake up, I go, okay, I got another day. Another
day. And yes, I couldn't agree more. So and we'll talk about gratitude as our word of the week. So we'll talk more about that coming up. And I just thought it was worth you. And we may have even used that word before as a word of the week, gratitude, that is. But with Thanksgiving coming this weekend as we record this, like I said, I think it's worth revisiting. And the article, the blog post that we will also talk about is also about relationships and connection
Yep.
because, well, let's face it, a lot of times holidays in general, Thanksgiving is one of the big ones, for bringing people and families together. And
Right.
that can be
Yep.
both beautiful and stressful.
Oh, yeah. Been through a few of those in the past few years.
I consider myself very lucky in that when I was both in married days and in other relationships and other things like that, that whenever I was involved in any kind of holiday gathering, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever,
Mhm.
that it went pretty well. I
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it did for me anyway. I don't know. So anyway, I have gratitude for that. There you go.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, let's dig right into that. By the way, gratitude, like we said, more than just saying thank you. So gratitude. Think of these things as you go into the weekend, and maybe it'll help you uh, develop, grow. I don't know, manifest a little more
Mhm.
gratitude, not only, of course, for those around you, but of course for yourself, because we always talk about
Oh,
how.
oh, yes.
Yep, yep.
Absolutely.
Gratitude is a state changer. And I don't mean moving from, Florida to Georgia. Gratitude is a cognitive, these are just some points that I,
Yep.
created as we went here. So take them as you will. Gratitude is a cognitive reset button that instantly
Mhm.
moves us from focusing on what is missing to appreciating what is present, creating a
Yes.
positive shift in our emotional state.
I love that. Yes.
And,
Yep.
and you even mentioned that a minute ago when you said, you wake up, you get out of bed, and you think to yourself, I got another day.
And
Cool.
another day. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think a lot of times we overlook or take for granted the very simple stuff
Yeah.
of life.
Yep. That was my thought. We take for granted that we have food, we wake up in the morning, we have a home and we have relationships and jobs and it's everything. I mean, it could go from being teeny tiny to huge. It's
Mhm.
being grateful, being thankful.
One of the personal development gurus that I followed years ago, I haven't been in touch with for a while. I should probably see what he's up to on YouTube or whatever. He issued a challenge once for a week. He said, when you get out of bed for a week, he says, while you're having that coffee or whatever it is you have in the morning, get a
Hmm.
piece of pen, get a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, something to
Right.
write with. He says, no, we're not doing this on the computer. We are writing it down. The
Oh.
physical act of writing is a powerful thing. The physical act of moving your hand and creating
Hmm.
the words. And he said, I want you to sit there for as long as it takes, and you're going to write 100 things you are grateful for today.
Whoa.
And he says, I don't care if it's I have two eyes to see the world, I have two ears to hear the world, I have a mouth to speak to the world. He says, that's fine.
Yep.
Be as small and tiny and granular as you want, or as big. I live in a
Yep.
universe that is, super cool to look out at the stars at night. Whatever, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. A
Yeah.
hundred things for a week, every
Wow.
day.
Every day
Not
for
in
a
the course of a
week.
week, every day.
Wow.
He says, if you don't develop some gratitude and some thankfulness after that, he says, I can't help you.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm not
Wow.
recommending that for anybody in our audience, our friends and listeners, because that's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work. I don't know if
But,
my brain can handle it.
right. But if you need the reset,
Yes.
if you feel like your life is not going in the direction that you wanted to, or whatever,
Right?
that maybe a little reset. And again, like
Mhm.
it said, gratitude, a cognitive reset button. I love that.
Yes, I love that. I do too.
Maybe we should like sell some of those. Maybe we should start a, practical path merchandise store. And like,
Oh,
so like I've had this for 20, and I know I'm holding this up and nobody can see it, but Vicky, this is there was an old Office Supplies. Was it Office Max or Depot or
one of
whatever,
them.
Staples?
Yeah. Yeah.
They had this easy button, and you would press the button, and all it does is it's easy. That was easy. Did you hear that? Did you get?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was
Yep.
easy. I've had. Oh, it's from Staples. It even says Staples on the
Oh,
side.
okay. Staples. Yeah.
I've
Okay.
literally had this thing for 20 years, and it sits on my desk. And I probably should use it more because when I'm doing something and it's like, I'm not having fun or I'm doing blah, 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 whatever. It's easy. That was easy. So that's an easy button. I'm gonna park that on my desk. I really am. Okay, good.
Yes. It just even if you're doing something different subconsciously, your mind is looking at it, and picking up
Exactly.
on that energy. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Why make it hard when it can be easy? Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Now
But,
I
you
all
know,
recognize sometimes things do take work, but still
yeah,
at the end of the day,
yeah.
you got through it, you made it, you're still here. Hey, it's Bill stepping out of the studio for a quick second. On the podcast, one of the things we talk about a lot is motivation, the desire to get things done in life. It might be physical stuff, losing a few pounds, getting a better job, finding a great relationship. Or it might be more of what I like to call internal things, finding ways to feel better about yourself or life in general. Well, to help our listeners along that particular path, we've prepared a helpful, simple guide for personal motivation. It's called Flipping the Switch: How to Create Motivation at a Moment's Notice. I'd like to send you a free copy, along with some other special bonus goodies. Bonus, you say? Well, yes, kind of an unadvertised in-store special. What is it? Well, you'll just have to find out for yourself. So, do this. Head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com. Yep, the same name as the podcast itself. Put in your email and we'll immediately send you to the free download. We'll also let you know about upcoming podcast episodes and other behind-the-scenes information. Again, just head over to the website, www.thepracticalpathpodcast.com, and get your free guide to boosting your personal motivation. I'm sure you'll find it helpful and, dare I say, practical. Now, back to the show.
Put a sticky note on your bathroom mirror, brushing your teeth, washing your face, or, whatever
Yep,
you're doing.
yep,
Even though you're brushing your teeth, your subconscious is always looking for the positives and bringing
right,
it to you. Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Yeah, I love that. That was easy.
That was easy. Number two, the humility of gratitude. Practicing gratitude is an act of humility, recognizing
Mm.
that many of our successes and the comforts we enjoy in life are due to contributions, efforts, and gifts of others rather than solely our own.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you were doing that 100 things to be grateful for every day, yeah, you could get down to all those things that
Hmm.
somebody else did to
Yes.
make your life better, easier, more comfortable. I mean,
Yeah.
why, look, I didn't make this hoodie I'm wearing. I didn't make this desk I'm sitting at. I didn't build this computer I'm talking to Vicky with. I've just found 3 things to be grateful for that came from someone else's work,
Yes.
and now I have them to make my life, more comfortable, more successful, more
Yeah.
easy button.
Easy.
Easy. So yeah, I can do that. So again, you know, the question, it asks the question, how does the feeling of gratitude inherently challenge what might be a spiritual trap of self-reliance or ego-based thinking? In other words,
Hmm.
if you're busy thinking, oh, I'm doing all this stuff, well, are you really? I mean, yes, you are putting in your effort, you are putting in your part of the work,
Right?
and yet
Yes.
all the things that you are using to do that work came from somebody else.
Yes. Absolutely. That's
Again, computer, desk, chair, clothing, car.
yeah.
You're driving a car. I guarantee you didn't build the car.
Right. Well, you know what that makes you do? It makes you stop and go, whoa, wait a minute. I'm taking for granted what somebody else has done. So
Hmm.
being grateful and thankful that someone did this and it was the ease of going in, buying it, and taking it home. So, you know, it's the little things that add up to make the big things.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So it's
I
really a shift of perspective.
I didn't grow that turkey that I'm going to enjoy for Thanksgiving this week, but thankfully somebody else did. So there you go.
Yes,
Exactly. Exactly. I love that.
absolutely.
Number three, gratitude as an investment in the future. Expressing genuine gratitude reinforces positive behavior in yourself and in others and
Yes.
strengthens relationships, effectively investing in a more supportive and abundant future for you
Yeah.
and others as well.
Yes.
Of
That goes a
course,
long way. Yeah.
it really does, because if you're bummed out, cheesed off, mad at the world or whatever,
Hmm.
obviously there's no gratitude there. And obviously, as we know from our constant discussion of, you get what you put out.
Oh, yes.
If you are putting out that anger, that cheesed off, that's what you're going to get back.
It's going to come back.
So make an investment in the future, whether
Yes.
it's 5 minutes from now or 5 years from now, by the gratitude that you put out
Hmm. Yeah.
helps to get all of that good stuff going.
Yes. Absolutely.
Love this stuff. Number
It
four,
is.
finding gratitude in adversity.
That's
I've had a,
a
oh,
little,
and
that's,
as I said that, my phone just beeped at me. Look at that. I know Vicky would say ringing on the truth, right?
yes,
So
ring it
I
up.
know, right? I have no idea. It's a text message probably from some store or something, or
Oh, I'm
Amazon, who
sure.
knows? Doesn't matter, just reminding me.
Yes.
Spiritual growth often involves recognizing the lessons learned and the strength
Mhm.
gained through the difficult experiences,
Yes.
transforming pain into wisdom and sparking gratitude for your own resilience.
Absolutely.
See, that's, you can, again, everything that we're talking about today, well, it seems like it.
Mhm.
You can find something, you can find a little nugget of something to be grateful for in there.
Absolutely.
It's
Yep.
like, yeah, I came through this hard thing, but I survived and I learned and I grew and all of that. And wow, that's a lot to be grateful for.
That is a lot to be grateful for yourself, and you can pass that on to other people to inspire them to be grateful for whatever happened in their lives, that they're still here, they're strong, they're, willing to move forward, whatever. So
Right.
as we get the gift, we can share the gift.
And as they said, think in terms of, is it possible, comma, yes, it is, to be grateful for the outcome of an adversity which has affected you
Mhm.
without being grateful for the painful part of the event itself. And
Yes,
keep
I
in mind how you
personally,
separate those two, and learn from one and release the other.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's very powerful. I have done that personally at a very deep level, and it was amazing how the outcome of looking at it from that different perspective, seeing it as gratitude. What did I learn from it? How can I share this with other people?
Right.
Yeah, it just goes on and on.
Isn't it? It's the Buddhist way of thinking that says there will always be pain in life.
Hmm.
Suffering is the optional part. In other
Yes,
words,
absolutely.
you know, things
Hmm.
come along on a day-to-day basis. There's going to be pain, whether physical, mental, emotional, whatever. It's just,
Hmm.
sorry, that's part of the human thing. If you hold on to it and are continuing to suffer a year from now from something that happened to you a year ago or whatever, now
That
that's on you. I know
it is.
it was almost a little hard to say that, but I'm going to say it anyway. Sorry, but that's on you. If you
It truly is.
Right, right. If you turn a painful experience, if you turn it, I'm not going to say painful. If you turn an experience that had some pain
Hmm.
into something that you continue to have power over you. Oh, one of Vicky's favorite things,
Hmm.
our own sense of personal power. That if
Yes.
you continue to let that painful experience, whatever it was,
Hmm.
however temporary the actual pain lasted,
Right.
if you continue to let that control you or have power over you, well, that's your
Mhm.
decision.
Yes.
Right.
And you're allowing it to control your life. So looking at it, stepping back, looking at the pain, okay, I've had it. How can I grow from this? How can I shift it? And again, like I love to do, is inspire other people to do the same thing.
Right. Right.
That's a tremendous gift.
Because again, the pain is temporary, but what you
Hmm.
do with it is how you learn, grow, move ahead, or
Yes,
not. But we're going to trust that you are moving ahead. You
hopefully
wouldn't be
moving.
with us. You wouldn't be in our audience probably if you're not interested in at least learning how
Right,
to do that. So,
right, exactly.
absolutely. Yeah. Actually, Dr. Joe Dispenza has a whole breakdown on that. I forget how he went, but it went from
Mm.
like I had a bad day and it put me in a bad mood, and that mood led to a whole lifestyle, and that whole lifestyle led to a whole, way. I mean, you just, bro, if you don't take care of it, if you don't handle it, if you don't manage it, whatever the
Mhm.
word is. Yeah. Last but not least, the daily gratitude micro practice. I like micro. That because that
That was easy.
makes it easy. I'm on the button today. True gratitude can be cultivated through micro practices, a mindful pause before eating, a quick text message to a friend to say thanks, a silent blessing for someone who has served you, restaurant, toll booth operator, whatever,
Right.
rather than just a nightly journal entry, which is nice. But again, the day to day, every time, every moment of the day thing,
Hmm.
can give you the everything gives you the opportunity to be grateful. Everything.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I think and I feel that the way we use that opportunity, of course, that's the important part, right? That
Yes.
is, what is I like they ask, what's the most inconvenient or unexpected time and place you can consciously insert just 15 seconds of gratitude? 15 seconds. That's it. Now, do it a few times a day. It's going to add up to
Yeah.
15 minutes a week, or I don't track, and I'm not saying you have to either, but I'm saying that the more you do it, the
Yes.
more you will put that out into the
Oh, yeah.
world, the more the good stuff comes back to you and to everybody around you.
Yeah. It becomes a habit and a very good habit.
Yes.
Like you say, whatever you put out, you're going to get it back.
Yes.
I mean, it's a win-win.
Right. We talk about that on this program all the time, about
Yes.
whatever it is that you put out is what you get back. It's just,
Yep.
that's not religious, that's not spiritual, that's just physics. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't.
Physics. Good. Yeah. Definitely.
Spiritual physics. I love that.
Oh,
So, anyway,
that's
that is
good. I
our
like
little
that.
discussion of gratitude. 5 ways to make gratitude an active daily practice, even if it is a micro practice, moving beyond the journal and finding blessings in unexpected places. Like
Those are
that.
the best.
Yeah,
Yep.
those are the best. They really are.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, keep that in mind as we move through our show and through the day and through this Thanksgiving weekend coming up. So,
Yes. Yes. The same Thanksgiving coming. Yes.
I know. I
Mhm.
know. We're going to talk about that in a second. We're going to take a quick break. But first, I wanted to say
Okay.
that if somebody was interested in maybe talking to you about any of that, because we know we've talked about this and we talk about it on every show, and it's not like we're repeating ourselves, because I know new people come and go all the time. If someone was interested in talking to you about this kind of a thing, how would they get in touch with you for more help with seeing things from that better, bigger perspective?
Oh, I'd love that. You can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicky, Vicki, Wagoner, Wagoner 53 at gmail.com.
And as always, though, that information will, of course, be in the show notes wherever you get your show, along with links to yours truly's
Yeah.
YouTube channel. If you want to look that up, that's on YouTube. Just do a search for Bill's iPhone Tips. And I didn't. I don't know if I promised last week that I would do it, but I said I would do it, and so now it's weighing a little more heavily on me with more videos and stuff like that. And I
Yes.
think I think this change in my life that I'm going through will help me along that path, because again, that's part of the better. And
Yes.
I cringe when I say discipline. 'Cause
Why are you cringing when you've got a woman?
because it's a challenging word for me. It's like, I don't really, do I want to be disciplined? I know. Wait, don't say anything yet. I know that is my intention, to be
Okay.
more disciplined in the way I move through life with a lot of things.
Okay.
And yet there's a part of me that resists it
Okay.
for reasons I'm not entirely sure of, but I think it's just a thing. I think I'm an old hippie at heart. I mean, I know that I am. So yeah, I know you can laugh at that. I know. Um,
Oh,
it
Where
is.
can where can you find the balance?
Good question. Damn good question. Tell me, counselor, where can I find a balance, or how would I search for that? What rock do I turn over to find that balance of the discipline that I want in my life, on a lot of things and the freedom to just be me and do whatever that means.
I see it as a blend. Blending that, okay, you've got certain things that you need to do,
Right?
and you know that you've got to get them done,
Right?
to make money or to, pay your bills or whatever. Looking
Exactly.
at it that it's just very practical. Yet at the same time, look at it as you're getting things done. It leaves you room to, to have fun and do other things. So by doing the little tiny things that kind of feels like the minutia of life, it gets done and then you don't have to think about it. You're putting too much stress into it. So think of it as what kind of fun can you put into it? How can you make it fun?
Ah, that's good. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that.
because there's probably not a lot that you do that is really stressful.
No.
You're putting that pressure on yourself to say there's, oh, I got all this stress and I got to do all this stuff. Well, just step back and go, okay, well, I'm going to do a little bit here, take a break, okay, come back to it, get it done. So don't feel like it's like this 1,000-pound weight that you got to move, in 5 minutes,
Right.
kind of
Right.
break it up a little bit
There you go. There you go. And the fun part. The fun part
and make
is
it
big, is
fun.
huge for me.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
celebrate, go, oh, that feels so good. That weight is lifted off my shoulders. I can have a beer. I can have a glass of wine. Mia to have champagne,
There you go. There you go. All right,
celebrate,
good.
celebrate. Look what I did. And like we've been talking about, you do one little thing, it starts adding up, adding up, adding up. And before you know it, it's all done. And you've got a whole different avenue that you're going down.
Yes. I yes. As you say that, I recognize a couple of places that could work for me. So yeah, I'll keep
Yeah.
that. I will write that down somewhere, like on this paper in pencil in front of me. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, a little more on our post of the week or whatever, as we talked about how relationships, because it's coming up on Thanksgiving, you're going to be with people, how
Mhm.
relationships feed your brain in a good way. We'll be right back with that. One of those nice 5-star reviews wherever you get your podcasts,
Yes.
whether that's Apple or Spotify or iHeartRadio or YouTube. We're
Mhm.
everywhere. We're on all of them. And by the way, if you would like to mention, send us a message or something like that, Facebook is your best bet. Go to
Remember,
Facebook, just do a search for the Practical Path Podcast. You kind of have to put the whole thing in because of there's so many of them out there. The Practical Path Podcast, and you'll find our page where we post the new shows every week, and we post whatever else we feel like posting. So there you go.
yes,
And I know you, Miss Vicky, post the show on your own
I do.
thing as well, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Yep.
and of course, again, all of this is in the show notes, whether you want to email Miss Vicky for more information about what she does or our Facebook page or all that stuff. It's all on
Mhm.
the show notes. There you go.
Absolutely.
This week, an article I found online, How Relationships Feed Your Brain. Hats off and tip of the hat to Jill Sutty. Jill Sutty wrote this
Okay.
for the Greater Good Science Center. Is that a thing? Is that a place? It's Greater Good Magazine, science-based insights for a meaningful life. Great.
Oh,
Oh, it's from a California university from Berkeley. Wow. Okay.
oh, oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So anyway, how relationships feed your brain, and some of this is science, and some of it not. But either
Okay.
way, here we go. Just remember now, of course, speaking of science,
Yes.
the brain works on chemistry and chemicals and all of that stuff. And as she calls it, relationships are the cocktail of connection in your brain. The brain
Oh,
releases all kinds of chemistry, and we already know this. If you've followed on social media at all, you know all about things like dopamine and serotonin. When you do things online, it feeds your brain. You get that little hit of that little stimulus. Brain releases
Right.
oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, and more in response to
Mm.
socializing with humans. Imagine that.
Really?
Creating and reinforcing a reward system that motivates us to seek further connections. Social connection is not just something you do to feel good, it is biologically essential. The brain rewards bonding with a chemical cascade that reduces stress, supports healing, and creates positive reinforcement for staying connected.
Oh,
So you
I
think
like
it's a pain to have to go to dinner with your family. You might just think in terms you're doing your brain some good. Now, hopefully the relationship is good, but that's a whole nother post. Don't laugh. That's a whole nother post for another day. What? Okay.
Oh,
So we're going to come to you when it comes to try to some not that you're a relationship coach, but we're going to come to you with some of this other stuff after we talk about the actual things that go on in your brain. So I like that.
okay.
But yes, yes. So here's the good question. But speaking of which,
Okay.
if social connection is both protects your brain, it gives you good chemistry, good things to do. It is what we call neuroprotective. I don't know what that means, but it sounds
Hmm.
good, and it also
Yeah.
reduces stress. So you might want to ask, how does viewing our relationships as a form of brain health maintenance change your priority? Oh, I like that. I do. Because now it's like, okay, I'm not just being a nice guy and being in this group of friends for no reason. I'm doing it because it helps protect my brain.
Yeah. And you're helping other people's brains,
Thank you.
right?
See, you're
Yeah.
contributing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That back and forth. Yes,
There you go.
absolutely.
I love that. I love that. All right, one more little science bit here. It says beyond the warm glow, that chemical in your brain, oxytocin, is neuroprotective. It reduces anxiety, reduces inflammation, and supports healing from wounds of all kinds, explaining why people in loving relationships tend to live longer.
Yes.
I hadn't thought of that. So
Yeah.
okay, so see, and
Hmm.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm in this new relationship now with my
Yeah.
lady friend. I'm going to live longer now,
Well, I think it's the heart connection
right?
and the joy, the pleasures, the fun, that you have together. And I know we all have moments of, tension. Yet for the bigger part, when you're with someone that you love, you enjoy, that you feel safe with, you let all the guards down and you
Right.
just be yourself.
Right.
And that and your partner is going to feel the same way.
And hopefully you can, not hopefully, but that's up to you that you do that as well. I keep coming back to the family thing because this is Thanksgiving. A lot of families are going to be
Yes.
together, and that
Right.
may or may not be stressful for some people. But like
Right.
you said, think of it in terms of the thing that you do for yourself and others.
Hmm.
Try
Yeah.
to keep the the good chemicals flowing in your brain, and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah, no, we're
yeah.
not talking about the wine that you drink. We're talking about
Oh,
the oh
what I
wait,
was
wait.
talking about.
Rewind, wait. I know. Sorry.
Oh,
I mean, that's part of it. I mean, I get it. That's
oh,
part of it for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah.
I mean, if there's, I saw this on a podcast a couple of weeks ago. If there's no beer, no young man is going to ever have courage to walk up to a girl and ask her for a date. None. Zero. Without beer. So, our society is probably, to use not too fine a word, lubricated by the fact that all of this alcohol flows and and never mind. All right. I'm not advocating you go out and overdo the alcohol, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. That's the science of it. The emotional, spiritual,
Mhm.
personal part of it.
Yeah.
Emotional. They call this emotional contagion. When you're happy, other people are happy. When you're not, other people are not. I get it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So all of that stuff adds up in terms of the emotions you put out, the look on your face, literally. I mean, if you're
Oh,
happy, you're
yeah.
happy. And if people see that, they are the same way. It's like it
Yep.
says we also, when we see that and feel that from others, we
Yeah.
unconsciously mimic expressions and
Mhm.
feelings in ourselves. It's just
Yes.
the way it works. I mean, again, this is a lot of brain science, but a lot of how you actually,
Well,
how it's working when you're with people, right?
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Empathy is a lot of things, including the physical process rooted in your facial expression. We literally try on, and I hadn't heard this before, we literally try on or test drive another person's emotions through the way we mimic them to try and process and understand other people,
Mm.
which of course means if you're not doing talking to people face to face, you're missing out on that.
Right.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello, young people glued to your telephones.
Oh boy. Yeah.
The actual being with somebody, and then, like you said, like I read rather, your brain has that, and I know this. I don't know why I know this, but your brain has this thing called mirror neurons. Mirror neurons. When you see something in somebody else, you kind of see it and feel it in your own head. When somebody
Yes.
else says something that gives you a feeling that, they are expressing a feeling, you have
Right.
that in yourself. They're
Yeah.
expressing their happiness, you feel happy. They're expressing their sadness, you feel sad. So we have that ability in us.
Yes.
It's not ability, it's kind of baked into
It's
the to
it's
the
yeah,
to the
it's our
process,
intuitiveness.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what empathy is all about. So you can help
Yes.
to be more empathetic with other people. So
Yes. Yeah.
it says knowing that we can catch and notice emotions through the way we react to others. How does that make us more responsible for the emotional tone we are bringing into the room, into an interaction,
Right.
especially in a family setting, a spiritual setting, or whatever?
Yeah.
So in
Mhm.
other words, knowing what we just explained
Yeah.
is that, if I walk into the room and my friend Vicky is laughing hysterically over something, I'm going to be happy too. I don't know why, I just am. If she's sad, I'm probably going to be sad about it.
Yeah.
Knowing that now,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
can flip that around and go, okay, the way I show up is the way other
Mhm.
people are going to respond to me.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So again, going back
Mhm.
to our little Thanksgiving get together
Yeah.
thing, I walk into mom's house. Mom, I'm thinking about you. You've been gone for years, but I'm thinking about you. I walk into mom's house with a surly look on my face. It's not going to go well.
No.
I walk into my mom's house happy and glad to be there.
Oh
Other people are
yeah.
going to be happy and glad that I'm there.
Oh, definitely. It sets the mood. Our moods
Absolutely.
set moods in
Right.
where we're
And
going.
again, I think my point with all this, well, one of many, is that this is not spiritual woo-woo stuff. This is how your brain is wired.
Yeah. Yeah, this is how
Physically
yeah.
after 250,000 years of, being a
Right.
human on this planet.
Right. Definitely.
This is
Yes.
how we this is how we interact with other people, and why,
Mhm.
maybe a little bit, why they react the way they do and the way we react the way we do.
Oh, absolutely. Because we're feeling beings,
Oh, absolutely.
but mostly we're feeling beings and we can feel things. And especially, I tend to be, overly sensitive. I can feel somebody's energy and know immediately, you know, if they're in a good space or they're struggling, you know. So yeah, it's just who we are and learning how to use that. It's a true gift,
Hmm.
to feel things or to sense things so that you can prepare yourself. And again, like I always like to do, inspire somebody else to maybe, look at things, in a good way, or if it's a bad way, look at it and see what good can you get out of it, you know, because why are you carrying all that,
Right.
if you don't need to?
Exactly. Exactly. And there is no need to. I mean, you don't have to carry that
No.
stuff
And
with you. You can release it.
right. And the joy that you bring, keep sharing it, spread it around. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, we were talking about the issue of and I said young people, but it can be anybody, because I see myself doing it as well, carrying my phone and having my face down in the phone all the time,
Oh,
or my, iPad or whatever. But
right.
in person, and again, this is not woo woo, this is not religion, this is science. In
Science.
person interactions are always superior to texting or even video calls for connection, because the
Yes.
brain relies so much on non-verbal stuff, vocal tone, touch,
Mhm.
body language, emotional transfer, all of that stuff.
Right. Absolutely.
Less lifelike interactions, see,
Hmm.
i.e., phone, Less
Yes.
lifelike interactions lead to more loneliness and sadness across any
Yes.
test you've ever done anywhere.
Yes, absolutely. I know because we're feeling beings, going back to that. Like to feel, that people are enjoying, being with us, want to be with us. I mean, that builds you up. And sometimes you can feel when they don't want to be around you.
Right?
But we feel more than people realize. I know, and the phones and iPads and all that kind of take it away, but you got to go back to feeling
Yes. Yes.
and trusting it, trusting what you feel.
Our brains require what I like to call, this is not me, this is the author of the
Right.
article. Our brains require what we like to call high definition social data.
Yeah.
Wow. High def. Like, remember in the old days when you used to have like high def TV? Of course, every TV is a high def TV now. But when you saw the difference between a
Yeah.
regular TV and a high def TV, you went, wow. Right? Where have I been all my life? So your brain requires what we're going to call high definition social data, which is all that in person stuff we just talked about: body
Yeah.
language, tone, touch,
Oh,
emotional connection, all of that stuff. So,
yes.
again, over reliance on the obviously low resolution. If you have high def, you have low def. On the low resolution, digital communications actually interferes with our biological need for closeness.
Yes.
Not just doesn't give it the good stuff, it actually interferes with the actual need, the actual human
Yes.
need for that connection and closeness,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Absolutely.
The question is, what is one low res relationship? In other words, you're only doing it by text or phone call in your life that you could
Yeah.
intentionally elevate to a high res, a real live morning coffee get together or something like that to
Yes.
deepen a connection. Now, of course,
Right.
the the challenge is, of course, that we are spread out all over this country, all over this planet.
Yes. Yeah.
I understand you're not going to be able to get together with somebody for whatever. You
Yeah.
could do exactly what Miss Vicky and I are doing. We're doing a video phone call, video thing. We can see each other. We can react to each other and all of that. Had a friend the other day just told me that she and her boyfriend
Mhm.
were had dinner, had a dinner date. She and her boyfriend had a dinner date with the lady's daughter and the daughter's boyfriend. And the one couple was here in Florida and the other couple was in Denver. And what they did was they put their laptop on the dinner table and fired up a FaceTime call so the four of them could react together and be together and talk together and see each other over dinner.
I love that.
I know.
Yep.
You're not together with somebody. I get it.
Right.
The perfect thing is, of course, not perfect. The best option, of course, is to be physically in the presence of somebody. All right. You
Right.
can't always do that. I get it. Some
No.
people are across the country, across the planet. Who knows?
Yep.
But still, you're seeing them, you're hearing them, you're responding to their tone of voice, the look on their face, here I
Yes.
am making gestures, the gestures they're making, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Might be a cool way to
Absolutely.
do it. Yeah, yeah. I was actually thinking of trying that with my niece or my nephew in California. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do
Oh,
that,
yeah.
for Thanksgiving or at least over the
Yeah.
weekend or something like that.
To say hey, and to
Cool.
see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Because even though, you can't, hug them or do anything, you still have that energy is going back and forth. And like you say, you can see them, you can, almost feel them,
Hmm.
and you can, their reactions and the interacting, you know.
I
Yeah.
think
So, I mean, so this is the second best thing to being
right.
together.
Exactly. It's not the best, but it's second best. It's
It's
pretty good.
okay.
It's
It's
way
pretty,
better than just sending somebody a text that says Happy Thanksgiving with a picture of a turkey. I mean, come
yeah.
on.
Yeah. I know I did that.
I do too. Yeah. So you'll get that from me tomorrow morning or third Thanksgiving morning. But yes, absolutely positively. So last but not least, overcoming your possible barrier to connection. Your brain also has protective things that it does, and
Oh,
sometimes you need
yeah.
to be aware of that. Our
Yeah.
brain's need for safety, because
Hmm.
again, another one of those built in things over 200,000 years, our
Yeah.
brain's built in need for safety and its tendency to make predictions that may or may not be good often cause us to avoid social situations, even though we underestimate how much we will enjoy them.
Mm.
Fight your urge. Here's an example of this.
Okay.
It's not quite exactly the same, but it's close. When
Okay.
I lived in Southwest Florida back in when I was married, that was 30 years ago, whatever, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
My then wife and I bought season tickets to the series of musical plays that were being put on at the local theater.
Oh, yeah.
And and I was on the radio at the time. We had a connection, blah, blah, blah. And I would always go into the show thinking, I don't know. It's kind of goofy and it's kind of all right, whatever. I'll go, fine. And I would leave going, that was awesome.
Yes. I remember those shows.
Right. So I'm not going to say I trained myself to think differently, but I recognized in myself, I
And that's
recognized it's like, okay, that's you. You always say that, Bill. You always, and all right, much more recent, yesterday or Saturday, I forget, whatever.
okay.
In the past week, we had my pickleball group had a potluck dinner, and we all brought something, and we went to one of the ladies' houses. And I'm again in the morning bopping around the house thinking, I don't know. I'm not very social. I don't know if I want to go or not or whatever. And then I go and I'm like, I have a great time.
You're very social.
I know, you know what I'm saying. But I'm also in my old age, I think I'm turning into a little bit of a recluse, perhaps. I don't know. Let's go with that for the moment. But again, I recognize in myself, and maybe
Yeah.
that's the point of all of this, right?
Right.
Recognize in yourself, our friends, our listeners,
Hmm.
that your brain is doing everything it can to keep you safe. That's
Yes.
its primary job.
It
That
is
is
his
the
job.
job of your brain and your
Yes.
mind,
Hmm.
is to be on the lookout for stuff that's like, are there any saber-toothed tigers out there? Am I going to be in trouble? Am I going to get eaten? Whatever. And so your brain, again, is hardwired to keep you safe,
Yes.
which is why I'm so always impressed with these people that are like, oh, I'm taking up skydiving. I'm like, seriously?
Ooh, I
Or
don't
any
think
other
so.
sport that's kind of like crazy dangerous, but
Yeah.
in a controlled way.
Yeah.
Understanding that your brain works that way
Yeah.
will
Hmm.
help you to put not too fine a point on it, get over it.
Yes. Absolutely.
There's no more saber-tooth tigers out there.
No.
Nobody's gonna eat you or whatever like that. So no more monsters, no more saber-tooth, no more dinosaurs, whatever.
Right. Right.
So understand that your brain is just doing its job.
Hmm.
And then what is that? That was one. I don't know if it was a Nike commercial or whatever, the sports, the sneaker company that said,
Hmm.
feel the pain and do it anyway, kind of a
Oh,
thing.
okay.
It's basically, you know, we are biologically wired to fear new social encounters. And again, that goes back to
Mm.
caveman days. We didn't know if the tribe we were meeting from the other side of the valley was going to kill us or was going to be our friends. We didn't know.
Yeah. You're
So
right.
better to
Yeah.
be cautious than
Yeah.
not.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So we are biologically wired to fear new social encounters, but our fears these days are usually misplaced. We overestimate the risk of rejection and we underestimate the positive rewards of connecting with people.
Oh. Oh,
Right?
that's a good point.
It
Yes.
really is. It
Yeah.
really is.
Hmm.
So much of what I was a bit of a student of this back in my days of being a reporter and all of that.
Oh,
So
yes.
much of what we do in life in the year 2025
Mm.
I know is based on things that happened to our ancestors tens of thousands of years ago. I don't know
Oh,
about
yeah.
hundreds, tens of thousands before your ancestors in Europe. When we were like living, you know, hand to mouth. I don't want to go too
Literally.
crazy with that, but what I'm saying is when you were a caveman
Yeah.
or woman,
Or woman.
the being safe thing was literally life and death.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
people say, well, how
definitely.
does that work when you're a reporter, Bill? And the answer is, why does every newscast you will ever watch on TV or any newspaper, if anybody reads a newspaper nowadays, why does the biggest, baddest, ugliest story always come first? And the answer is
Mm,
because it gets your attention. And attention
yes,
is the most valuable thing there is in the
you're
media
right.
business. If nobody
Yes,
listened to this podcast, it'd just be Bill and Vicky talking to each other. But we're getting some other people involved. They're giving us their attention for a short
attention.
time. We love you for
Yep.
that, by the way. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
If you're on the television station, attention means money. Because if
Yes,
you have more eyeballs watching your newscast than the other guys, you make more money.
good point.
How do we
Yeah.
get that attention? We scare people. Why does that work? Because humans are hardwired to be
Yeah.
afraid of stuff they don't know.
Yes.
If I'm a caveman living in the cave and I hear a twig snap outside, I can go back to sleep and think, oh, it's nothing. Or I'm like, wait, was that a saber-toothed tiger? Am I going to get eaten?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's silly to think that we still live that way in the,
Oh,
again, 21st century,
oh
but we
yeah,
absolutely positively do.
we do. Yeah.
I don't know where the hell I was going with that. Yes, I do. Because now, as we're putting ourselves out there, sorry,
Hmm.
as we're putting ourselves out there, I'm on a rant, meeting new people, that
Hmm.
ancient programming still kicks in and thinks, is this going to be good, bad, ugly, dangerous, whatever? I don't know.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And so you might just take the easy way out and say, no, I'm not going to meet any new people. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to socialize. I'm not going to, none of that stuff. All right.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand
Hmm.
where that's coming from. But now, here we are, fast forward to 2025. No
Right.
saber-toothed tigers out there. I'm using saber-toothed tigers a lot. Maybe we should get a stuffed one or something that we can use.
Maybe.
Um, so times are different, but our brains don't know that yet. So you have to kind of ease your way into that. You have to kind of give
Um,
yourself a little bit of slack and a little bit of grace and say, I'll try it. What the hell? I'll try it.
yeah. It's like putting your toe in the water, like, well, let's see, is it really that cold? Okay, well, that's not too bad. Let me go a little bit further. But
Exactly.
but it's true. And I just feel the energy of the world lately is changing up. And I think that feeling of, protection is
Hmm.
starting to come back up again.
It really is. It
Being
really is.
aware, and not to, to get off into a rant, but we have, like you said, we have that instilled in us from, thousands, tens of thousands of years ago,
Yes.
that
Yes.
protective mode.
So now you get to be a modern human and you get to
Mhm.
exercise a little judgment on that in a good way
Yes,
to
in a good
say,
way.
all right, I recognize what my brain is doing. I
Hmm.
see that. I feel that. I'm having that anxious moment where it's like, do I really want to go to that party? Do I really want to meet new people? Do I really want to join that bowling league? I don't know, whatever.
Right.
And I think our advice here would probably be, like you said, give it a try. See how it
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah. And
Maybe you'll have fun.
yeah,
Maybe
if
it'll be
you
great.
enjoy it, stay. And if not, and your field doesn't feel quite right, say,
Right.
well,
You
excuse
can
me, I
leave.
gotta leave.
You can
Because we
go.
always have to take care of ourselves.
Absolutely.
And when we can take care
Absolutely.
of ourselves and be in a good place, we can then share that with other people.
Yep. Yep.
So,
Yep. So again, I brought this up because of the Thanksgiving thing, and this ended up to be
right.
more of a bigger, broader, kind of almost psychological sort of a thing, and that's fine.
That's fine.
You're gonna be out there. But I think some of the stuff, and I know it for a fact, some of the things we talked about as far as the way we connect with other people
Hmm.
in terms of the way we're when you're with somebody, when you're physically in their presence or doing like we're doing here, you can do it. I mean, FaceTime is nice. It's not
Yeah.
100%, but it's nice.
Next best thing.
Yeah. Where you can see what they're saying, you can see their
Hmm.
expression, hear their
Right.
tone of voice, feel their energy, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Again, well, it's worth it. I mean, it just is. It just helps you to expand your horizons, as they always used to say, to
Yes.
see what else
Absolutely.
is out there and who else
Yeah.
is out there. I mean, the world is a nice place, but it's the people that make it. So,
Yes, absolutely. And so this technology that we have right here, I mean, I can see my grandkids, I can talk to my siblings, because we're kind of all over the place. So you're bringing back that connection. I know it's an electronic connection, but yet it's still a connection. Like you're saying, you can still see them, you can feel them, you can see their, emotions going on, and communicate.
Yes. And that's way, way better than just doing a phone call or a text message or,
Text
God forbid,
message.
nothing at all. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
nothing at all. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you are going into the family or friend get together Thanksgiving in the next few days, just
Mhm.
remember that whatever energy you bring to it is
Mhm.
what is going to be reflected back to you.
Absolutely. Yes.
Especially when you're there live and in person with other people, family, friends,
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
Try it. If your old
Oh,
cranky uncle is going to be there again, just try being nice. Not nice, just try. Well, yeah, be nice, but I mean friendly, outgoing, happy, whatever. And
right.
see how that goes because I guarantee you it will be reflected back to you
Mhm.
in one
Yeah.
form or another.
Oh, yeah.
It just
Absolutely.
was. It just will be rather.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh. Well, that's what I love doing because, like I've said before, I go into the grocery store and somebody, an older person can't reach something. I don't know. I just feel this connection of what can I do for them?
Hmm.
How can I help them? Or people go by and they go, "Hi, have a good day." Just sharing,
Right.
and because I'm happy and I want to make them happy, give some of that energy to them so that then they can have it and share it with other people. Because it's sad to see, some people that just kind of walk around and that they're not happy. And it's not because they're not good people, it's just circumstances in their life. So if I can put some joy into them for a couple minutes, because I'll
Right.
probably never see them again, that makes me happy. And I'm sure that energy has to affect them.
Yes, absolutely. And it will. And
Hmm.
again, if more and more people have that attitude and
Hmm.
do that thing,
Yeah.
how can I be helpful or at least friendly or happy or uplifting to somebody or whatever? If enough
Right.
people do that, now we start to turn the tide in terms of the
Yep.
bigger community, the larger, the your town, your county, your state,
Right.
your country, your planet,
Yep. Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
And to me, that's a job worth doing because I mean,
Yeah.
anybody can be anybody can be mad, anybody can be angry. It's not hard to find things to be angry about. It
Oh,
just
sure.
takes another 15 seconds of thinking.
Hmm.
Maybe that's that micro gratitude thing that we were talking about earlier. It's like, okay, got something happened, something quick, something easy, not easy, something quick, something that gave me a little bit of an anger, gave me a little bit of a frustration or something like that. All right, fine.
Right.
I'm going to pause for 15 seconds. I'm going to think of something I am grateful for.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
I had a great lunch today. I'm gonna have a great dinner tonight. I'm gonna be with
Mhm.
friends. I'm a family. I'm gonna pet my dog when I get home. Whatever.
Right. Yep. And
All things
immediately
to be
it just
grateful for.
shifts. Yep. Just shifts it around. You're back into that happy space. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
so being grateful, having gratitude, it's very, very important. Very important. And we can't take anything for granted. We really can't. I mean,
right.
we've only got so, this much time in life. So try to make the best of it and enjoy it as much as you can. And then that goes out to millions of people you're never going to meet.
Right.
Yet how does it feel to know that you had a good day and you're sharing it with everybody else? Now, what they do with it is up to them.
Well, that's yeah. Again, that's not. It's not my job to make sure that you put it to good use when I'm a nice person to you, or I help you,
Right.
or I open the door for you. That's my job is over at that point. I've done
Right.
what I can do.
Right.
What you do with it, that's on you. But again, if we pour
Mhm.
a little sugar onto you,
Yep.
even if you're having a bad day or you were having a bad day, and it's like, wow, the last three people, I don't, are you going to sit back and notice that? I don't know, but it's worth a try
Yeah.
because it's better than the opposite. It's better than the other thing. So, everybody was mean to me today. Well, okay, great. I get it. That happens, but doesn't mean you have to be, I guess is the point there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So just be nice. How many
Yeah.
times have I seen that bumper sticker? Just be nice. Come
Yeah.
on,
Just be
people. It's
nice.
not that hard.
Yeah. Put a smile on your face. Say hi. I mean, what did that take? 2 seconds? Hi.
Right. Right. Takes no extra effort. None. All right. If someone would like some help in perhaps seeing their life or experiences from a different perspective, I know that's something my friend Vicky Wagner is. That's her gig. That's her jam,
That
as they
is,
say. That's her expertise. How
it
would
really,
they get in touch with you?
they can call or text 239-248-0586 or email me at Vicky, Vicki, Wagner, Wagoner, 53 at gmail.com.
And if you'd like some help with your technological, if you need some help setting up that FaceTime call to call your family, don't
Mm-hmm.
don't call me.
Yes,
But there's plenty of options out there, and there's plenty of help. And one of those things, one of those ways you can get help, go to Bill's iPhone Tips on YouTube, and you'll find my videos there, etc. With more to come, I promise. Because well,
yes.
the new iPhones are out. Did I tell you that? Yeah, I did tell you that. I got my new iPhone. I'm
Yeah.
happy now. It's blue. It's
Ooh,
midnight blue is the color. So, is
yeah.
that what yours? Oh, you don't have a 17, do you?
No, I've got,
Oh, you
no,
need to get a new phone. Well, you don't need to do anything,
it's
but I'm
a,
just
it's a, iPhone 13
15.
Pro.
15? Okay, bro. Look at you. Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, none of that matters. What does matter is if you have questions about it or you need help with it, stop over and check out Bill's iPhone Tips,
Oh,
and you'll find out more and more videos to come. I promise. So,
and if you want to be happy with all your electronics, call this guy. Believe me. I
right?
think I'm up to what, 5,067 phone calls.
Probably. I don't keep track, but probably. Yeah, that's awesome.
And I come off very happy. I'm like, oh,
I
thank
know. I hear you. All right, everybody. We appreciate it. We thank you for being with us. As always, if you got the opportunity, stop by, find us on Facebook, do a search
you.
for the Practical Path podcast on Facebook.
Yes,
Equally importantly, wherever you get your podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all those things, leave that 5-star review for us there. We would really appreciate it. And
yes, very much.
have a good Thanksgiving. Be nice to your family and your friends. Give it a try. What the
Yes.
hell? I mean, only good things can happen.
Suck it up for 5 minutes.
Right. Come on. Are we asking too much? Just be good. All right, everybody. Have a great week. We thank you for being with us. I'm Bill
Yes.
Sklodowski.
Thank you for being with us. I'm Vicki Wagner, and happy Thanksgiving to everyone out there. And as I always say, be your own best friend.